Hi Math 1. This video is to help you understand the 4 different ways of graphing. So this is everything that we've learned, and this should be a recap. So the first form is called slope-intercept form, and it looks like y equals mx plus b. When you're in this form, there's 2 key features that it tells you. The first thing is the slope. The slope is always in front of the x, so that's going to be negative 2/3. And the other key feature that it tells you is the y-intercept. The y-intercept is 0, 5. If you have these 2 key features, you can easily graph. Here's the y-axis, so the starting point would be on the 5. It always goes on the y-axis. And then we have a slope of negative 2/3. So it's going to go down 2 and right 3. Down 2, right 3. Down 2, right 3. Okay, keep using your slope until you run out of points. We're going to connect these points with a nice straight edge, and don't forget your arrows. So this is the first way that you can graph a line. The second way is point-slope form. When we first met at the beginning of the year, sometimes you guys called this the long version. Okay, it's y equals m, x minus x1 plus a y1. You don't have to worry about that formula. You just have to recognize that it's the long version, and there's 2 key features you're supposed to know. The first one is the slope, which is always located in front of the x, so in this case it's 4/1. And the other key feature is a starting point. So the point is not a y-intercept, it's a random point on the graph. The x number, be careful, is not 2, it's negative 2, and the y value is negative 5. So we're going to graph using this starting point and that slope. I'm going to go 2 to the left, negative 5, go 5 down, here's your starting point, and I'm going to use the slope. This is a rise, and this is a run. So I'm going to go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1. I'm going to keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1. I'm 1 box off the graph paper, but that's okay because that gives me something to aim for. Draw a nice straight line and put the arrows. Okay. The third form that we learned is called standard form. Standard form, okay, is ax plus by equals to c. Okay, so standard form has the x's, and then the y's, then the equal signs, and then your constant. There's 2 key features that standard form will tell you easily, and they're the x-intercept and the y-intercept. To find an x-intercept, x is the x number, okay, the x number, you're going to make y be nothing, be 0. So if you let y be 0, some people cover this term up with their finger. Some people like to do a calculation and plug in a 0. Okay, and what happens is number times 0 becomes 0 and just cancels out, which is why the cover it up with your finger technique helps. Then you divide both sides by 6 and you get a 4. So the x-intercept is 4, 0. Some people are accidentally just looking at this and saying it's 6. It's not 6, it's the number that you plug in for x that makes 24. So be careful. To find a y-intercept, okay, that's the y number that I want. Guess what number I'm going to make x be? 0. So x is nothing. If x is nothing, I can cover it up. Okay, and then what's the y value? We have to be careful here. Negative 12y equals 24. You have to divide by negative 12. And then we're going to get y equals negative 2. Okay, so these are 2 intercepts. I can draw a graph just knowing the 2 intercepts. So where does it touch the y-axis? Down here at negative 2. Where does the line touch the x-axis? Over here at 4. These 2 points are enough for me to draw the graph. I notice that the line is going uphill. Okay, don't forget your arrows. Okay, we did learn how to convert one form into another form. If I look at this equation, I can tell you the y-intercept and the slope. I could write this equation in a different form. Okay, and then the last kinds of special lines that we learned are when there's only one variable. Okay, so special lines only have one variable. They don't have x and y. They only have one letter. I'm going to go ahead and separate these notes here into 2 categories. If you only have an x letter, okay, if you only have x, you are going to be a vertical line. A vertical line, remember, goes up and down, like a vertical jump for the basketball people. So I look at the x-axis, and on the x-axis I go to -4. So we're very quickly going to just draw a vertical line right there at -4. That's all you do. If this is tricky for you, you could do it the long way. You could say x is -4 and I'll make the y be 0. X is -4 and I'll make the y be a 5. X is -4 and I'll make the y be -2. And then you can graph a bunch of points where the x's are all -4 and you're going to get it that way. Okay? And then the last type of special line is when it's just a y. If you only have one letter, you're not going to be a diagonal. These lines are horizontal. A horizontal line looks like this, like the horizon. Horizontal line. So we're going to go to the y-axis at 5. Okay, and we're very quickly just going to draw a nice horizontal line. Okay, touching the y-axis at 5, horizontal. If this is hard for you, you can make up points again, 0, 5. As long as you make the y be a 5, 2, 5. Or I'll make the x be -7, 5. Okay, so we're going to get a bunch of points where the y's are all 5. I hope this clears up the 4 ways to graph a line. All right, now it's time to practice.